Hey all! Amanda here with your last prediction video for Season 11 of American Ninja Warrior. This is where the remaining 21 competitors take on Stage 3 in an attempt to make it through to Mount Midoriyama and win the $1 million prize. But first, they must take on the following 7 obstacles. We get started with the grip and tip, which from what I've read is a spin on the battering ram, where competitors must wrap their hands around small red cylinders, then must kip their way across the first steel pipe. They then must transfer to the second and third cylinders and kip them down pipes to the landing. Then, it's the Iron Summit. This is where competitors have to hold on to a bar, then to a pair of hollow-shaped pegs, and must place them into peg-shaped spikes while going down the first panel. Then, they must go up the second panel using spikes already placed in the panel. Then they must repeat the process they did in the first panel, and must swing to the landing platform to advance. Next, it's the Crazy Clocks, where competitors must turn 2 handles on the first clock-shaped pivot, one turning clockwise, the other handle turning counterclockwise. They then must make a transition to a horseshoe-shaped ledge, then make the transition to the handles on the second clock-shaped pivot, repeating the process until they transition to the landing. Then, a staple of every Stage 3 course, it's the return of the ultimate cliffhanger, where competitors must use their fingertips to navigate across narrow ledges along the sides of walls, making their way to the landing. Next, it's a new event called Chopsticks. From what I've read, it's a variation on the pole grasper, where competitors must get across a series of hanging poles to the landing platform. Then, Cane Lane is back, where competitors had to navigate across the first track, which was S-shaped, and had a stopper to overcome. The second track was placed slightly to the left, and had the first part straight, while the second part was angled downward, with 2 pegs to overcome. Then, we finish with the Flying Bar, where competitors must jump a bar across several gaps, landing in cradles, as they make their way across to the final landing pad and the buzzer. I don't believe there is a time limit for this stage, they only have to survive to the end. My first prediction is that Iron Summit is going to take out a lot of ninjas. Although I would love to see all the competitors advance, I think very few really have what it takes to beat Stage 3 and take on Stage 4. From what I have been picking up on in past episodes, is that there is a 99% chance we will have a $1 million winner crowned at the end of this season. Of all 21 ninjas left in the competition, I think Drew Drechsel will complete Stage 3 and climb the rope at Mount Midoriyama the fastest to win the $1 million prize. I would be absolutely stunned if he did not complete Stage 3 this year. If anyone has a chance of facing Drew at the rope climb, I think it would be Daniel Gill. This is my mom's favorite ninja, and the one she thinks has what it takes to pass Stage 3 and do the rope climb faster than anyone else. These are the most likely outcomes I can see. Either Drew running alone and winning, or Drew facing Daniel in a climb-off. If it came down to Drew versus Daniel, my research suggests that Daniel would have the edge, but I'm still rooting for Drew 100%. I would not be surprised if Kid Owari completed Stage 3, but he is a new ninja with a lot of pressure on him, and it really depends on where his head is before his run. I wish him the best and hope he can make it to Stage 4. Another athlete I know has what it takes to beat Stage 3 is Joe Moravsky. Stage 3 has hung him up for the last few seasons, but he is a consistent athlete who learns from his mistakes. I would not be surprised to see him standing at the bottom of Mount Midoriyama either. Those are the only competitors I can clearly see making it to Stage 4, but I think a lot of athletes will be getting pretty far in the course. As I mentioned, I think the Iron Summit is going to take out a lot of competitors, but I can see Adam Rail, Ryan Stratis, Ethan Swanson, and Casey Shikaki making it pretty far. I can also see Michael Torres, Lucas Reale, and Josh Salinas giving it a good effort. Of course I will be cheering for all the ninjas, but Stage 3 is going to be crazy hard, and as always, one minor mistake can cost you everything. Good luck to all the competitors. I will have one final recap coming after this with all the results from Stage 3 and the announcement of the winners and all the action that led to Mount Midoriyama. This is your last chance to play along, so leave a comment below, letting me know who you think has the best shot at clearing stage 3 and winning the $1 million prize. And don't forget to subscribe so you can check out how you did and catch all the results for American Ninja Warrior Season 11. Until then, enjoy the show. I know I will.